People say marriage is a partnership, but with Julia, it always felt more like a merger. I just never checked the fine print until it was too late. My name's Tyler Weldon, and I install security systems for a living. Ironic, considering I couldn't secure my own damn marriage. At 41, I thought I had life figured out. Nice house in Cleveland, steady work, wife who planned corporate events and made twice what I did. Should have been paradise. Ty, I'm heading out for that girls' trip I mentioned, Julia called from upstairs, her voice carrying that fake cheerfulness she used when lying. I was fixing coffee in our kitchen when she came down with her suitcase, red bikini peeking out the top, for a spa retreat. Right. Where'd you say you were going again? I asked, not looking up from my mug. Isla Serena. Nicole found this amazing wellness resort. Yoga, meditation, the whole deal. Nicole. Julia's friend since college, dumber than a box of rocks, but loyal as a golden retriever. If anyone would spill secrets accidentally, it'd be her. Sounds expensive for a spa, I said. Julia's laugh sounded forced. We saved up for months. Girl time is important, you know that. I knew a lot of things, like how Julia had been working late more often, how she'd started password protecting her phone, how she'd mentioned her high school boyfriend Kevin was back in town, running some real estate business. Have fun, I said, kissing her cheek. Try not to get too relaxed. After she left, I sat in my home office, staring at the security monitor feeds from our neighbors' houses. Mrs. Falco next door was already peeking through her curtains, probably wondering why Julia left so early. My phone buzzed. Text from my buddy Pete, retired cop who still thought like one. Julia's trip started yet? Just left. Why? Saw Kevin Liddell at the airport yesterday. Looked like he was heading somewhere tropical. My coffee went cold. Kevin Liddell, Julia's first love, the guy she'd dated senior year before we met in college. Slick bastard with perfect teeth and a trust fund. I'd met him once at our wedding. Even then, I'd caught him looking at Julia like she was still his property. I grabbed Julia's iPad from the kitchen counter. She'd left it behind, probably figured she wouldn't need it. Her email was still logged in. Confirmation. Resort booking for 2 guests. Premium ocean suite. 2 guests. Not 4 girls. 2. My hands were shaking as I scrolled through more emails. Airline confirmations, car rental, all for 2 people, all paid for by Kevin's credit card. The front door slammed. Pete walked in without knocking, like always. You look like hell, he said, grabbing a beer from my fridge. Found something, I said, showing him the iPad. Pete whistled low. Jesus, Ty, how long you think this has been going on? Probably since he moved back to town. 3 months ago. What are you going to do? That was the question, wasn't it? Part of me wanted to drive to the airport, confront them both. The other part wanted to wait, plan something better. I'd spent 15 years installing security systems, learning how to protect things. Maybe it was time to learn how to destroy them. I'm gonna let them have their vacation, I said. Then I'm gonna make sure it's their last one together. Pete grinned. Need help? Yeah. But first, let's see how stupid they really are. I opened Julia's Facebook, scrolled through her recent activity. She'd been messaging Nicole, Paige, and Tessa about the trip, but the details were vague. Too vague. I called Nicole, put on my worried husband voice. Hey, it's Ty. Julia forgot to tell me the hotel name in case of emergency. Oh. Nicole's voice got flustered. Well, I'm not actually... we're not all staying at the same place. What do you mean? Long pause. I thought you knew. Julia's just going with... it's more of a couples retreat thing. Couples retreat? Shit. I wasn't supposed to... Look, Ty, maybe you should talk to Julia. She hung up. I stared at the phone, feeling something cold and sharp twist in my gut. Pete was watching me. Well? They're not even trying to hide it anymore. I spent the next hour going through Julia's digital life. Instagram posts from last month showing her and Kevin at lunch. Catching up with old friends, she'd captioned it. The comments were telling, her work friends asking if I knew she was seeing her ex, her sister warning her to be careful. Everyone knew but me. My phone buzzed. Text from Julia. Landed safe. Resort is beautiful. Love you. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed back, hope you and Kevin enjoy the island. The 3 dots appeared immediately, then disappeared. Then appeared again. Finally, Ty? What are you talking about? Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I screenshot the hotel booking, the airline confirmations, Nicole's contact info, sent them all to her. Have a great vacation, honey. We'll talk when you get back. I turned off my phone. Pete was grinning like a shark. Now what? Now we get creative. Kevin lived in a luxury condo downtown, the kind with smart home everything. I'd installed his security system 2 years ago when he first moved back. Biometric locks, automated climate control, the works. All connected to his phone, all password protected. All with a master override that only the installation company knew about. This is probably illegal, Pete said as we sat in my truck outside Kevin's building. Probably. You want to leave? Hell no. This bastard's got it coming. I pulled up the app on my tablet, entered the override codes. Kevin's system lit up like a Christmas tree. Temperature controls, door locks, security cameras, even his smart refrigerator. What's the plan? Pete asked. Kevin's a neat freak, obsessive about his image. So, let's mess with both. I started with the temperature, cranking his air conditioning to full blast. Then I activated every electronic device in his condo, TV, stereo, all the lights. His electric bill would be astronomical. But that was just the beginning. Remember that seafood place that got shut down last week? I asked Pete. The one with the rotten fish? Yeah, think they'd sell us their garbage cheap? An hour later, we'd filled Kevin's car with 20 pounds of spoiled salmon and crab. The smell was ungodly. His BMW would never recover. But I wasn't done. I logged into Kevin's social media accounts using passwords I'd found in his email, posted a status update. Just realized I've been living a lie. Time to come clean about everything. Within minutes, comments started pouring in. His business associates, confused. His ex-wife, who apparently had suspicions about his real estate deals. His mother, worried about his mental health. My phone started buzzing. I'd turned it back on to find 17 missed calls from Julia. I answered. Ty, please let me explain. Explain what? That you've been screwing your high school boyfriend behind my back? That you lied about this whole trip? That all our friends knew and nobody told me? It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think. You're in a resort suite with another man, Julia. What else could it be? She was crying now. I was going to tell you. I was going to ask for a divorce when I got back. How considerate. Really thoughtful timing. Ty, please, don't do anything crazy. Crazy? Like trust my wife? Like believe her when she says she's going on a girls' trip? That kind of crazy? I hung up. Pete was watching me. You okay? Getting there. My phone rang again. This time it was Kevin. You son of a bitch, he snarled. What did you do to my car? Just a little welcome home gift. How's the island, Kevin? You're insane. Julia said you were losing it, but this is psychotic. Julia said I was losing it? How long have you two been talking about me? Silence. How long, Kevin? Look, man, this doesn't have to get ugly. It's already ugly. You made it ugly when you decided to screw my wife. She came to me, all right? She's unhappy. Has been for years. And you were just helping her out. What a saint. I'm warning you, Ty. Stay away from my stuff. Or what? You'll call the cops? Tell them your affair partner's husband is being mean to you? He hung up. Pete was shaking his head. These people have some balls. They think I'm just gonna roll over. Take it like a good little husband. Are you? I looked at him. What do you think? The next morning I called Julia's boss, Ms. Calder. Professional voice, concerned husband routine. Hi, this is Tyler Weldon, Julia's husband. I'm worried about her. She's been acting strange lately, making poor decisions. I found some concerning photos on her social media. What kind of photos? I sent her the screenshots I'd taken at the airport. Julia kissing Kevin at the gate, the hotel booking confirmations, the lies about the girl's trip. I'm not trying to get her in trouble, I said, but your company has a morality clause, right? For people who plan corporate events? Ms. Calder's voice went cold. We'll look into this. 2 hours later, Julia called me, sobbing. They fired me, Ty. Ms. Calder said I violated company policy. That's terrible, I said. Maybe you shouldn't have lied to everyone. This is my career, my whole life. Should have thought about that before you decided to blow it up for Kevin. I hate you. I know. How's the vacation going, by the way? She hung up. That afternoon, Kevin showed up at my house. I watched him on the security cameras, pacing on my front porch like a caged animal. He looked like hell. His perfect hair was a mess, his clothes wrinkled. The smell from his car had probably gotten to him. I opened the door. We need to talk, he said. Sure, come in. He followed me to the living room, looked around like he was casing the place. You've made your point, he said. Julia's learned her lesson. Now back off. Learned her lesson? What lesson is that, Kevin? That she can't just leave her marriage without consequences. I laughed. You think this is about consequences. This is about respect, something you wouldn't understand. I understand you're jealous. I get it. Julia's a beautiful woman. Julia's my wife. Not for long. Maybe not. But until those papers are signed, she's still married to me. And you're still the asshole who helped her cheat. Kevin stepped closer. You want to do something about it? I already am doing something about it. That's when he swung at me. I'd been expecting it. 15 years of installing security systems in bad neighborhoods teaches you to read people. I ducked, let his momentum carry him past me, then grabbed his arm and twisted it behind his back. Get off me! You came to my house, Kevin. You threatened me in my own living room. I walked him to the front door, still holding his arm. Here's what's going to happen, I said. You're going to get in your stinking car, drive back to your condo and pack your bags. Then you're going to leave town. You can't make me do anything. Can't I? I pulled out my phone, showed him the video I'd been recording since he walked in. His threat, his swing, everything. Self-defense is legal in Ohio, Kevin. So is posting videos of people who assault you in your own home. His face went pale. You post that, and I'll sue you for everything. With what money? I heard your real estate business is mostly fake listings and illegal sublets. Tessa told me all about it. Tessa? Julia's friend. The one who's been feeding me information for weeks. Turns out she never liked you much. Something about you stealing her fiancé 5 years ago. Kevin's mouth fell open. Yeah, she's been waiting for a chance to screw you over. I just gave her one. I opened the door. Get out of my house. He left without another word. That evening, Julia came home early. I heard her key in the lock, watched her walk in with her suitcase and her guilt. Ty? I was sitting in the living room, watching TV like nothing had happened. How was the trip? She sat down across from me, looked like she'd been crying for hours. I'm sorry. For which part? The lying, the cheating, or getting caught? All of it. How long, Julia? 2 months. Why? She was quiet for a long time. I don't know. I was bored, lonely. Kevin made me feel young again. And I made you feel old? You made me feel invisible. That hurt more than the cheating somehow. So you decided to have an affair instead of talking to me. I tried to talk to you. You were always working, or watching TV, or hanging out with Pete. So this is my fault? No. It's mine. But you weren't exactly present, Ty. Maybe she was right. Maybe I had checked out of our marriage. But that didn't excuse what she'd done. What now? I asked. I don't know. Kevin's leaving town. Says you threatened him. I encouraged him to make better life choices. His business is ruined. Someone leaked information about his illegal activities to the state licensing board. Shame. Was it you? Does it matter? She looked at me for a long time. I don't know who you are anymore. I'm the guy whose wife cheated on him with her high school boyfriend. I'm the guy who got humiliated by his own friends. I'm the guy who had to find out about his marriage ending from hotel booking confirmations. I was going to tell you. When? After you'd moved in with Kevin? After you'd taken half our savings? I never took any money. No, but you spent plenty of it, on clothes, dinners, hotel rooms, all for him. She started crying again. I want a divorce, she said. I know. I'll move out tomorrow. Where will you go? You don't have a job anymore. Kevin's gone. Your friends are embarrassed to be seen with you. I'll figure it out. I'm sure you will. She went upstairs to pack. I sat in the living room, feeling empty and satisfied at the same time. My phone buzzed. Text from Pete. How'd it go? It's over. You okay? Getting there. 3 months later, Julia moved to Phoenix to live with her sister. Kevin never came back to Cleveland. His condo got foreclosed on, his business license revoked. Last I heard, he was selling insurance in Tampa. I kept the house, got a promotion at work, started dating a nice woman who works at the library. She thinks my security system stories are interesting. She's never lied to me about a girl's trip. Sometimes I wonder if I went too far, if I should have just confronted them, gotten a divorce, moved on like a normal person. But then I remember Julia's voice when she said I made her feel invisible. I remember Kevin's smirk when he thought he'd won. I remember all those people who knew what was happening and said nothing. They wanted to play games with my life. So I played back, and I won.